The tempo has slowed, and we are joined by the flute, Shinobue, adding a soft romantic air, as we hear the lines. The flower that is man's heart, touched by morning dew, is soaked to the very core. She mimes tumbling petals, heavy with moisture. Hands lifted to her cheeks are pillows shared with a lover in this dew-drenched morning. The idea of moisture also gives rise to the image of a wet comb with which the women of the castle would smooth and arrange their long hair. Yayoi illustrates by lifting her hands to her own hair. Yayoi's youth is now indicated with mention of her hairstyle as being that of a proud and difficult young girl. Unlike the more senior ladies-in-waiting we saw earlier, Yayoi's hair is dressed in the tall and stiffly pomaded style called bunkin shimada, fashionable among younger women. The red square cloth she now takes is used for the tea ceremony and suggests that Yayoi was preparing tea in another room when the ladies-in-waiting went to fetch her. She bows respectfully as the lyrics refer to her life in service. With several puns on words used for hairdressing, we hear of a young woman's emotions. Though her chances of meeting men were slight in the women's quarters, she nevertheless indicates infatuation, perhaps with some imaginary man, by revolving a finger coyly against her sleeve. She indicates the other women around her with whom she works, and will point again to her hair as we hear a pun on kushi, comb, and kuchi, mouth. Rumor of any affair would soon spread from one to the other in the closeted women's quarters. The fact that Yayoi is well liked only makes it worse for her. Maintaining the association with hairdressing, the lyrics continue. With her long locks newly dressed, rapt is she in praise, and to the teeth of her comb by all she's admired, bound up with adulation, high as her coiffure. Yet, like an itchy place which no hairpin can reach, how vexing to be tied thus to one so stubborn, kept here under watchful eyes, barriers to love. By flicking down the cloth from her shoulder, Yayoi will express her frustration at being unable to reach the man of her dreams. But it's a frustration she must conceal. The formally dressed stage assistant is called a koken. His job is to help the actor with props and costumes, and his discreet services are essential in saving valuable time on stage. Yayoi now glances around at the beautiful spring landscape as the mood and lyrics shift to a description of her annual outing to view the mountain flowers in spring. With her fan, she mimes the nearby river and falling rain. The musicians sing. Come springtime, my heart leaps as I go to view the flowers, where, by mountain hamlets, the valley river roars with a noise like rainfall, drowning out the wind blowing through the pines. Reflecting Yayoi's own feelings, the lyrics now refer to an ancient tale about a woodsman who, coming across a pair of boys playing go in the mountains, stayed what seemed only a brief while to watch them. But, without realizing it, his axe handle rotted away, and upon returning to his village at the end of day, he found that he could no longer recognize anyone, and that many generations had passed. We hear the lines. Truly, I've been led astray, though only a guest, a mere half-day idling here. How could I know that time would pass, fleeting as the clouds? Should I tarry here too long, the blossoms will fall, replaced by fresh greenery in the summer trees. She mimes the tumbling petals. She makes the movements of a happy country dance, for in early summer the workers appear again in the fields. Young women in the rice paddies are mentioned, as Yayoi mimes the planting of rice seedlings in the lunar 5th month. She hides her face bashfully as we hear how quickly in the countryside co-workers become intimate. The small fan that Yayoi uses now, gold on one side and silver on the other, is called onna-ogi, woman's fan. The fan was typically used by well-brought-up young ladies.